and welcome to virtualsheetmusic.com. I'm Robert Estrin with a really fascinating topic today. How to practice with extreme rubato. Rubato is a give and take in the tempo, a speeding up and a slowing down without ever gaining or losing time. It's a technique that's used in performance of romantic period music like Chopin, Schumann, Liszt, and other composers from this era that really had so much emotion to the music, only appropriate really for certain styles of music and certain periods of music like the romantic period, and not even all pieces. And the idea of practicing with extreme rubato is a way that you can see just how far you can push something. Because after all, how do you know if you're doing too much unless you do too much? I've talked about in the past, like practicing too fast. Sometimes you can gain insights by taking something to an extreme level. So I'm going to take a little snippet of the B-flat minor Scherzo of Chopin. First, I'm going to play it absolutely straight, metronomically, with no rubato at all, so you can hear what it sounds like in perfect time. It sounds a little sterile that way. Now I'm going to play it with extreme rubato. It's almost like if you're ever in a car going up and down hills, you go, that feeling of acceleration and then that coming down the hill. That's kind of an analogy as to how rubato affects you emotionally. Listen to an extreme rubato further than you'd actually want to go in performance, just to get the sense really of what this is. So by doing this, you get a feeling for where the rise and fall of the phrase is. Now, of course, tempering that extreme rubato and playing in a more musical fashion now, not metronomically, but not quite as extreme as this, you can get something that's quite beautiful that gives you a nice emotional lift. So this can be a really valuable practice technique to kind of contort your music to an extent. The important thing whenever playing with rubato is anybody listening should be able to tap along with the pulse. So the pulse gets faster, the pulse gets slower, but you never lose the pulse. And that is the secret to rubato. That and never gaining or losing time. My father would sometimes demonstrate this technique by putting the metronome on and playing with rubato where you'd get ahead of the metronome and then come back down and get back to the beat. Never gaining or losing time and having that sense of the pulse always in your music. I hope this has been helpful. Experiment in your music. Push it to the limits and then come back to a comfortable level of rubato in your playing. Thanks so much for joining me, Robert Estrin, here at virtualsheetmusic.com.